before we get into the obvious questions, like when will Spades be listed on an exchange? What exchanges will it be listed on? How might we address the volatility in crypto markets? The normal type of crypto questions a lot of people are asking right now. What I would actually like to understand, Stephen, or anybody, Jack or whoever, is what makes this particular crypto different from the others. I know that because of my time spent with Stephen and everybody else that's involved, I have a really good understanding of, what the digital currency and global community is, and the free digital universe that Stephen, that you wrote, 15 years ago. But what would you say, Stephen, that really separates us from everything else that's out there and really makes us different?
Well, thank you. Look, cryptos can be used in a variety of ways, and they have been. Way back when Bitcoin probably survived because it was able to be used by criminals essentially to move their money around decentralized. That's not a good purpose for it. More recently, we see various cryptocurrencies where lots of people are jumping in, but they don't really understand what is the use of it. What they understand is they might make a lot of money real fast. And then now at least they've come to expect that on certain days it's going to fall over, but it's an investment opportunity for them that's not really understood. There is a true need for cryptocurrencies. There are really good reasons and purposes for cryptocurrencies out there, and needs for digital currencies. And I think one of the most important ones is communities, so that people from around the globe can get together, especially people who don't have other choices. They cannot just go open a PayPal necessarily, or this or that. I'll kind of explain that as we get further in here. But providing utilities so that people can have a community, can have a shared currency that should be stable, but have it backed by something that it can be turned into, and then have utility so that you can get things with it. That's what's going to make this different. And the fact that we have been working on something long before cryptocurrencies were even invented, I hope will be a testament to the fact that there are reasons for this. So I'm going to go show you something from 2009. Well, this one's from 2010. I can go to 2009, it would be the same. So this is the Wayback Machine on the internet, and it shows you the free digital universe concept. So this was a place where everybody could earn, they could sell other people's things. That's called referral marketing, affiliate marketing. I think Amazon calls it associates. But in other words, if you don't have a product of your own to sell, then at least with access to the internet, you can sell other people's stuff, become an expert in something that you love and sell the best products, do reviews. People will come and see you. You look at YouTube, some YouTubers make unbelievable amounts of money, either by acting stupid or sharing actual really good information that people need. There's all sorts of ways that people can earn. Here you could do everything in one place: earn, exchange, and it was a digital currency called points. You could share, post your photos and galleries, share, and people here were intended to be able to share in the ad revenue instead of it all going to Facebook or whichever social network. Then the members themselves would get to share in the distribution of the value, since they're the ones providing it. And the same will be happening in our community. Everybody who participates will be earning something in a variety of ways, and we'll get into those. So play and manage. So really the idea here was, it would be nice even for people like me from the first world that I could have one, that I don't need to have my PayPal to move money over to a friend, and I need my Facebook, and I need my LinkedIn for my jobs, and I need, eBay if I want to sell something at auction. I need all of these different sites and etc. We have computers, it saves our passwords, so that's fine for us to have 10, 15, 20, 30, whatever websites. But you think about the people from the developing world, and particularly And they're probably, once they have access, using a computer at a library or a computer at a charity or a computer at a school. So they can't just save their passwords. They need a place they can go where they can do basically all the key stuff in one, and it keeps track of all of it, and it actually integrates and makes it even more powerful. And that's what our community is going to do. It's based on this. This free digital universe was pre-Bitcoin, pre-cryptocurrency, but the concept for it is basically the same. We need a common digital currency that's movable. And now the cryptocurrency itself gives the icing on the cake. It provides the decentralized capacity to move out of your currency. Okay, it's backing it. It's the backing for the currency. And this was the idea, you know, identify, integrate, and fund projects. Time for a new game where everyone wins, having fun, supporting humanity environment to create a sustainable future. Okay, so that was the idea then. Now we can actually do it, and all the things that we just looked at here, we actually will be able to do. Let me just stop the sharing, have it on a different one of these. We'll be able to do here. Let me just come back to the home page. So this is the new community. You are welcome to go to it, read through the pages. It explains what's going on, what the purpose is. There's a purpose to the token specifically. There is a purpose to the community, and they kind of work hand in hand. And there's a purpose to the charitable projects, and those all work together hand in hand. So those are explained. I don't think people want me just to go down and read pages. You'll be able to look at it. What can you do in this community? There is an auction site. There are groups. I'll even show you a couple of them. People will be able to post jobs or find people in the community. You may think that's like just a minimal thing, but it's actually quite important. You know, there are people from all around the world, particularly not the first world, maybe the second world, even the first world. They have programming skills. We might even hire them to help with certain developments in the future. Because if they're a part of our community and they're looking, we're actually sharing in something. In the future, as we get onto the third, fourth, fifth exchange, and I'll address the exchanges, I promise you. As the tokens are sold off, a percentage of what comes in will be distributed to the community based on levels of their participation. So if you're someone who's really participating in the community, then you'll actually get a bigger distribution. And we'll show you that that is tracked, because we also do have things with affiliates in here for a variety of programs and purposes that will help people to earn in a variety of ways. For example, if I'm going to buy from Amazon, I might come here and click on the Amazon link first instead of just going directly to Amazon. And as an associate, then the community receives something back, and we can track who made that purchase. So say you bought something for $100 and it's pays a 3% associate fee. That's what Amazon calls it. Some affiliate, some referral, has various names, but you sell something for someone else and you get part of the money. Then you're going to get a rebate of basically from that 3%, 1.5%. And the rest is going to be distributed between needs to cover the costs. And a portion of that will go to a pool that will be distributed out amongst the community. So everybody will, it's their community. It's not our community. You will be able to vote on a variety of important issues and bring up questions. If that's what you want to do, you don't have to do that, obviously, but that's part of what this community allows us to do. Over here, these are hot links if you want to see about the tokenomics and how we're moving forward. That's a really complicated discussion that will probably take a whole hour on another call, because that's really in depth. It's really important, and it will be key to the long-term success and stability of this token for people. This will tell you about the oversight and governance of the project and the website. And well, this one doesn't really tell you much other than you need to be a member if you want to uh, be informed of the board meeting minutes, what funds were raised, what exchanges will be released on, and you can create your own community committees already right now. So this section here kind of explains about the site, becoming a partner, and some of our special projects down here. Let me jump to the back. I'm logged in, so I see the word dashboard. Normally this says create or log in. But once you're logged in, then it becomes a dashboard. So this is how we're going to navigate around. There's still some things missing. There's going to be information here. Oh, this is my addresses. If I come back to the dashboard itself, things are open because we did a presentation an hour earlier. I'm a little less organized this time around. We have not optimized the inside of the site. The developer wants us to complete some of our development before we go through the full optimization process. I guarantee you we have very fast servers. We're on Bluehost on the full, the big rack. So when you do log in, you will be brought to your account dashboard. There will be information here that we're not piping in just yet, and we're deciding what we want to put there. It may just be important information that you need to know, but for purposes of right now, what there is to know is that anytime you click on dashboard, this will come up. So you can go to your events and add an event if you want to. I haven't added any events yet. And let me point out, with events, you will be able to sell tickets. So people will be able to buy it. If you're doing a webinar that you think is worth paying for, maybe you're doing a musical concert, maybe it's a play. There's a variety of social and cultural things, particularly since we already have members from around the world. We have charities from Nepal that have, a number of members, and from Africa, and the other one actually is right here in Denver with after school programs working with the youth. So right now I don't have any events. I'll come back to social profile because that's kind of a big one for people. And what's important is that all of this is integrated, and there will be a few others like your banking and your groups, just to make it easy, because groups actually come off of your other profile. So I want to go add an auction. You can also add just something that is not auctionable. It's just for sale. My wife is finishing up her audio book. She wrote this book on creating life contracts, and she's making an audio book of it. She could put it up here for a price, and it would be right here in your downloads. So that's quite nice. Now we are actually tracking who is referring who, so that we have that information. People who are doing a bit more activity on the site will be able to earn more when we do the distributions that come from actual sales of the tokens, because we as the whole community are backing the token. We also have some special programs that we plan on putting in there, or also members will be able to offer programs that can help people with their wealth building. We're going to try and put out one product ourselves and make it not very expensive, so it's easier for people to sell and market, because people can market from anywhere, even Nepal. And then we'll pay out, instead of 2 or 3% affiliate, we'll pay out like 80% and do it in a way that will hopefully spread wealth around as much as possible. So that is working as well. Let's see. That's the same page. Let's come over here. Nope. All right. I'm going to go back to my dashboard. Let's see. Oh, right here I am actually in the charitable giving group. I kind of like the way they do this. You have a home, there's information, there's media, there's events that can be connected to it if you want to connect the event to the group. Right now I'm the only member. As I said, we're beta testing this stuff back here, and we're still developing certain things. This is the official group of community group for the community, where members can nominate nonprofit entities for the bi-monthly SPADES awards of tokens, and the vote function will be here. So you'll be able to nominate and vote on the charitable projects that you would like to see receive an award. Where am I? There we go. Some of the people here have quite a bit of experience with things, so they're probably familiar with Buddy Press. The way we're configuring it, I think, is quite nice. You know, everybody will have to decide for themselves. Where's it? Profile. Sorry about that. Hit the extra button here. I actually kind of like this better than the way Facebook does things, because it gives me control. It's a little easier on the eyes, and it gives me control over specifically what it is that I'm looking at. I mean, in this case, it's my activities. Today, I created our special projects group and the charitable giving group. Those are open to all members who want to join and participate. It's up to you. You can do as much as you want or as little as you want. In fact, you know, in many ways, this community is more so for people who don't have access to the information technologies that we in the United States, Canada, and Europe do. You know, they're coming online. Satellites are going up all the time. More and more access is being given to billions, potentially. Let's just even say 100 million people in the developing world. Access is coming to them. So now what are they going to do with it? Go on Google, maybe take a class? A community like this, I believe, and I'll take anybody's feedback, could be very valuable to them, that they can do all of these different functions in one place, and they're going to earn something simply for participating. So at any rate, this is how the site works. I'm happy to go over any specifics that you all would like from the purpose of the token or the purpose of the community or the tokenomics of this. And yeah.
Well, I mean, Stephen, I'm going to throw out my 2 cents as we are talking about community right now. And, you know, for everybody on the call that's listening right now, I think that what is going to make what we're doing here so incredibly unique is that no matter what your level of comfortable to participate is, we have something for you. If you don't want to participate in the affiliate program, you don't really care about the social media, but you just want to get some SPADE tokens to see where they go and if they go up in value and everything else, even that particular individual is still going to benefit by all the efforts of everybody else that is looking to do those kinds of things. And so, you know, when you guys really think about what separates out, you know, cryptos that are out there, it's utility and community. And we are going to have so many different programs and things that will be going on. And we're not even getting into down the line 6 months, a year, 2 years with all of the other, you know, there's a whole other tech side of Aura that, you know, cohesively works with what we're doing. And so, you know, we are really going to be building something incredibly unique that's going to attract a lot of people to what we're about. And once again, just by being a part of it in any way that you are most comfortable, it all benefits what we're doing within the community. One of the things that I kind of put together that, you know, I think relates to what we're doing in regards to why do we call it, one of the reasons why we call it the Spades community, and that is because we want everybody to be able to play. No matter who you are or where you come from, we want you to have a seat at our table. Everybody gets to play. So that's my 2 cents, Stephen, on the community.
I think Eric's got his hand up.
Yes, we often hear about Africa and how we'd like to be inclusive of people in disadvantaged situations. There are about 40 countries where crypto doesn't seem to be accepted or facilitated.
That's
and
right.
About half of them are in Africa.
That's right.
So I'm just wondering, do you have a strategy to overcome that?
We do. So right from the, I guess I should probably bring it up, but we have a couple special projects called Access Points and Scale, or Social Cooperative and Local Exchange. And they do require a partner on the ground, whether it's, a school that we're working with, or an orphanage. Those are two of the three charities. The third one, like I said, is with youth here in Denver. But there needs to be somebody on the ground, because it's not illegal for those people to come into this community and earn our site credits. Okay, because they're not even a cryptocurrency. They're not even on a blockchain. This is just a site credit. Now, that can be used to back a local ledger exchange, so that if I earn something there and they do have a room where the farmer can bring in some food, then because I earned something, now the farmer can actually have some credits on the ledger, and now he can get dresses from the dressmaker. And any wealth in whatever form that it's ledgered, it's not there physically, it's here in the community. But if somebody earns enough credits, then what they can do is immediately turn them into spades. And here's something I should point out that I may not have indicated, is that, every penny that comes into the community, because it's site credits, whether it's bought through cryptocurrencies, through PayPal, through a credit card, whatever, as soon as possible, like that evening, that value is immediately utilized to purchase SPADES tokens that are available on exchanges, so that we are continually buying. And those bought tokens go into the community bank wallet, because they're backing the site credit. So when you want to take site credits out, then you get those spades that were purchased from the cash where the site credits came in. And those site credits then disappear. This is a zero debt system. And so really, this is back to Bobby's first question. Now I think I'm at a point where I can explain something. What makes this different? There has to be demand for a crypto for it to go up. There may be demand for our crypto outside of our community, but any demand there is to participate in this community is automatically demand for spades, because it gets converted into the spades. That's what it is. When you look at the token purpose, you will see our number one purpose is to be a backing, like gold used to be, right? And it's not just backing for communities online like this, but this is our community. But it also can be backing for local community currencies. And let me not say currencies, let me say credits, a local credit, so that you can do a local exchange. Things like bread, there, have been a system here in the United States. There's a variety of them, and we lay that out. It's actually right there on the site under wherever you see scale. That means social cooperative and local exchange. So hopefully that will, does that answer or help, Eric?
Yes, it's a question of the interface with the locality. So.
Yes, that's exactly right. The bottom line is any wealth that's generated by a user from whatever it is that they may do in this community, including just receiving distributions, or they're doing, they're writing a lot of stuff, or they're putting on an event. And some of us are, someone put on a drumming concert out of Nepal or Africa or whatever. I would totally buy that. I'm a drummer. I love it. Right. So, and what is it going to be? $5? I mean, maybe they sell only 20 tickets, $100 there. That's a lot of money. If it's here, they can use it there any way they want, to back their own internal exchanges with one another. Or if there's a charity working with them, or a school or something, then there are ways that the funds, the tokens, the SPADES tokens, can be turned into other types of currency, and then things can be purchased that are needed and then imported in. So that's the funny thing, Eric, is they can say it's illegal and that's all fine and good, but it's not in anybody's pocket. It's online somewhere. I mean, what are they going to do? That's the whole thing with decentralized cryptocurrencies. That's why governments don't like them and central banks generally don't like them, because it's not their money. This is our money. We're the community. We can become as big as we want, stay as small as we want, and we get to make the decisions, hopefully collectively, about what it is we want to put into our community and what we accept and what we don't accept. Which goes back to the SPADES gambling token. That's not the purpose of our token. That's the Ethereum SPADES token. All right. I know there's a few things people probably really want to know. Where are we with getting on exchanges? So we have 3 exchanges that we're talking to. One is really my favorite, but I would take a couple weeks. I myself am not overly in a hurry to go on the exchange, like it has to be done tomorrow. The negotiations that we go through to go on our very first exchange is the most critical. That first exchange is, they get to define, here's what we think your value is. And we think we should get 50% of whatever it is that your token sells for, because we're making you viable, right? It's going to be 2 to 3 weeks before I feel like the community can actually launch, because the hardest part of this, the last part, is where we integrate the banking and the cart, and then we work where you can connect your site credits, connect it directly to a wallet, whether it's going to be Clever Wallet, that's of a big viability right now, but there are others, and we are talking with them, because if they are going to promote our community, then we will choose, because everybody who comes to our community is going to have to get this wallet that we tell them to get if they want to connect. So when they hit cash out, boom, they get their spades. It's a done deal. So I'm hoping people will give us, 2 to 3 weeks, so we don't make a hasty decision when, quite honestly, the ability to go sell your token immediately makes absolutely no sense. We didn't let anybody buy a lot of token. No, nobody, even if we tripled in price, nobody here is even going to make a few grand. Okay. Not possible. We didn't let that happen. That's part of our tokenomics. We wanted over 100 people. We got over 100 people. We wanted to let go less than 1% for circulation, and we met that goal. And we're going to stick to that. And then when we go out on our first exchange, we can't, we're not going to just say, oh, look, here's 5% because we want to raise $1 million. No, it's going to be matching what's already in circulation at the very most. So, look, you guys are the investors, pretty much the people on this call, the people who bought the token and believed in this. I'm pretty sure you can see from the work that we're doing that this isn't some kind of stupid pump and dump, like, oh, great, you guys gave us our money, we're running away. No, here's this community. And all I can tell you is it's gonna be in everyone's best interest if we have this community launched and up and running the day we go on our first exchange. So if anyone disagrees, I am open to the alternative position. Is my sound working? I haven't heard it.
No, it's good. Carl has his hand up. Go ahead, Carl.
Whatever you guys do, do not launch it when you're not ready.
Absolutely.
Because the first time it comes out, one mistake, it's over, guys.
That's right.
You get one window, one shot.
Right.
That's why we're not doing it with
wait
haste.
5 months if that's what it takes.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
That's
no more than
perfect.
30 days. No more than 30 days. We actually have a very friendly exchange and partnering system that will allow people to connect to a bank, and we'll be able to get them out debit cards. And they have their own universal wallet. It's probably the best wallet I've seen. And they will be live launched within 30 days. And so my preference is wait, let's make sure they don't have a hiccup. If they do, then we'll immediately go and take the next best offer, which we're still working on. So, you know, I'd like to say today is basically the 30-day countdown, and then we'll go on. That first
Ethan,
exchange is
don't
critical.
give a date, man. You know what? I've been in the crypto space too long. Crap happens. Don't give a date. You know what? When you're ready to launch, when you're a week away, say, you know what? It's almost here. We're almost here, and then just you'll know, right? Don't give a date, because then we're all going to come back to you and say, you said in 30
No.
days.
That's
I'm
right.
gonna shoot. I'm gonna shoot for it.
I want my money back because
Yeah.
you said.
I'm gonna shoot for 30 days, but no promises. But I want you to know we're working as hard as we can to get you there. It's just, you've seen the community and what's going on and the number of functionalities. It's a lot of development, and we need to make sure none of those functions step on one another. And then finish off the wallet and conversion cart so you can get paid out with zero issue.
24 hours a day work right now. That's all I'm saying. Zero sleep.
Very good. So you double check, you triple check, and then you do it again.
Triple check. Number one. So, you know, I like to touch on this real quick, Stephen, is we have so many people in this community that are into something, selling online, doing this and doing that. I think this is going to be one of the greatest platforms. Don't make fun of my hair. It gets chopped off like that. That's pretty awesome. It's a platform. It's a launching platform for people that have something. It doesn't matter what people call it. Almost everybody knows about network marketing, affiliate marketing, whatever the word is. This is going to be such a good platform for those individuals, because the audience, the hundreds of thousands of people that are going to be in this community. Hey, I have Melaleuca. Hey, I got Amway. I got prepaid legal stuff. I've got this, whatever. You get to present this now in front of thousands of people. You'll have an audience. People are like-minded individuals. That's primarily, I hate to say it, but that's primarily the reason people get involved in these. Me, I love that. Second, I'm so happy that we're building something like this. Back in Alaska, I love Alaska, been there millions of times. Trading, like I put in the messenger, hey, I got 3 pelts. Great, you just caught that halibut, you want to trade? That's kind of like this. We got people building earrings and bracelets, and now they got a huge community. They put that on their little auction site. They put all that on the message board. And now, again, the currency is just going to skyrocket. That's why we're trying to create a stable token, not pump and dump like Stephen was talking about. We want the little green graph to keep going like this with Spades token, not ever hit red. If it even keels for a couple of days, that's fine. A lot of people are in it for the money. And this platform, this community is going to touch so many different aspects, so many different angles.
Yeah, let me jump in here for a second, Jack. This is not a get rich quick scheme at all. The charitable token allocation was 10%, and it will take 10 to 15 years before we get through it. I mean,
Carl's like,
been around for 10 years. Yeah, like a Carl. You know, so we should really make that clear. The plan here is that it's a slow, steady climb. And when markets hit things like we've seen in the last few days, we are not nearly as affected. I don't know that there's any way to be unaffected. It's just probably not possible. But we could certainly be far less affected, because you got to understand,
sure,
we are the backing. Everyone who participates in this community is actually backing this community the way the United States people back the US dollar at the end of the day. Okay. The people are always the backing. The apple does not get off the ground and to the marketplace without a human being picking it up and bringing it there. People seem to miss that. You know, if you're in another crypto, there's really, like I said earlier, I believe, since this is the second time we're doing this, there's not a lot you can do to help support it. Well, here you can actually support it. And frankly, our platform makes a lot more sense for people. because it costs less when you do transactions with people on the auction. We're not like PayPal. PayPal's expensive. But you can move value between people anywhere in the world instantaneously here in what is our own currency. The site credit is our own currency, and the SPADES token is the crypto that it moves into when you want to move it outside of the community. So I can't stress that enough, and that I do think we will be a large, if we do it right, you know, not everything always works, but we're going to do it right, so that the millions of people who need a place to go and don't have one because they're just getting access, they will be given access to this because of the charitable partners and workers that we are involved with. I'm going to show you guys something here in just a second. So if you will bear with me, I've got to open it up. I'm opening them.
Anytime you guys have questions, just go ahead and raise your virtual hand, and definitely have the mic.
Yeah, I'm going to just give me one moment here, and I'm going to show you.
Go ahead, Eric.
Can you give a more colorful name to community credits?
Well,
Absolutely.
they should actually be called cloud credits. Sorry about that. Cloud credits.
Yeah, we're figuring out if we're going to do one of the two, cloud credits or points.
Yeah, it used to be points back in the day when we had the Peace Portal with all the different charities. And unfortunately, I'm missing that particular video. But what I want to kind of show you here is these are the people that we've worked with in the past. This is all the way back 2010, 2011, the Peace Day Global Broadcast, hundreds of organizations, the Global Reforestation and Food Security, CrowdRise Cause, Peace Cloud, Alliance for Peace Building, the DZI Foundation, the Art of Living, Alternative Education Alliance. I mean, these are all shows that we have done over the years with partners. Every one of these is different. We the World Campaign, water.org, that's one you might have heard of, a United World, Phoenix Global Humanitarian Project. Here are some of the actual show from the show. God, this thing is in my way. You know, what are we looking at here? So yeah, like we worked with the whole Muse Festival people. Well, everybody probably knows Marianne now, Williamson, Ringo Starr, somewhere here. Where's our buddy? Michael Douglas was very helpful. He was nice. There he is. This is something that we've been building for a long time, and the charities are a big part. If you know, we give away right now, we're giving away around 100,000 tokens when we give an award, and we're only giving them to people, and we'll make this clear when people want to nominate, that want to work with us and they have a plan for what they're going to do with those tokens. Maybe they have, you know, 100 people in their organization, in their area, or whoever it may be that they're helping. And they're saying, look, here, you each get 1,000 tokens. You now can go and you can participate in this community. You can actually even buy things because those tokens will be transferred back to cloud credits if they want. Some of them are just going to sit on them. No one's just going to go sell them. Otherwise, they don't get it. That's the agreement. Either they're going to utilize them in a way where they get spread out to help the people in their community and give those community members a stake, because we're all about staking, or they are going to work with us in some other way, and their SPADES tokens will be frozen so that they can't go out on the market and just dump them and say, great, we got $800 from these guys, or whatever the value is at the point that we come out. So that's why I'm stressing the relationships that have grown up through the years, because we're trusted as peace builders. Whether it's the Culture of Peace Initiative, they're a UN messenger for peace. We've worked with the United Nations. most of their aid organizations, and we will be doing projects again, through the community. So that will bring us the access and the reach so that people who have a need for this will know that it's there, and they will get supported in what they need to do. And we'll provide some of that as well. So I hope that those puzzle pieces are coming together. It makes sense.
But yes, Eric, we have two names we're kind of choosing from right now. So it will be different than just community credits.
Okay, that's good.
Any other
Yeah.
questions?
Yeah.
Are we going to show them some of the auctions stuff in the background, or?
I went through some of that, didn't
Oh,
I?
you already did? I'm not sure.
Not
I think
not the actual auctions taking place.
yeah, everything's just being tested right now.
no
You
problem.
covered the profile. You covered the profile page, the social media aspect. Guys, this platform's crazy. We've been working nonstop. I aged 300 years because zero sleep and just putting this together. So much fun. A lot of work. Our programmers are fun. They're great. Bobby's been so helpful. David, Steven, I mean, just everything that's behind the scenes right now is just crazy. We just can't wait until we launch. But like Carl said, we're not doing this with haste right now. We want to make sure everything's lined up. Alpha, beta testing this thing, making sure all the plugins are perfect. And then we will open it up where people can come in and start putting things. We're going to have job postings. Again, everything for the community. Hey, I'm looking for someone to mow my lawn. This guy right down the street, he's on our community page. Great, he wants to mow my lawn. I got guys could do my gutters, whatever you guys have, whatever jobs you're looking for, whatever jobs you're posting. We have that. We have, I mean, just all kinds of stuff. Bobby, what other things have we been talking about that we're bringing up to the group?
Well, I think that, when you're looking out, and I don't know if I touched on this, but when you're looking out at what will build the value of a crypto, there's typically two things that build that value: utility and community. I think that with the way that we are cohesively partnering with AuraCloud, you could add a third one in there, which is technology. And I know that Stephen probably did, that's a whole other show, you guys. But I guess to touch on it briefly, AuraCloud is a very unique technology in that it's a multi-dimensional blockchain. And, if you think of a standard blockchain, the way that you would think of a railroad track, right? Every transaction is another link in that railroad track. And this NFT website that is going to be launching fairly soon, which is what Stephen is typing on the screen right there, and incorrectly.
Hey, geez.
It's actually going to be somewhere else than here, but I just want to show people some pictures as to what you're talking about with the technology, because it is a big deal. It's just, I don't want to blow people's, digital overload.
Well, let's just put it this way. Then we have there's a vastly easier way to purchase and sell NFTs. It is far, far, far more secure than any other software in any space in blockchain right now. It's completely unique and unto itself. And the reason for that is something called the star chain, which is what, if you're looking at the picture here, and if you kind of go back to the railroad track thought that I have, it, instead of just having the NFT be recorded in a blockchain, every aspect of the person, so every aspect of the sale, right? The person who is selling it, that's one blockchain. The person who is buying it, that's another blockchain. The actual, in our case, token that's being used, that's a third blockchain. And then the actual NFT is a fourth blockchain. And they all intersect at the transaction point, okay? And what that does is it creates something incredibly unique in the market. Now, why would you care for what we're talking about with this in regards to the Spades community? Well, anybody that is selling things through that NFT website, If they would like to cash out their cloud credit, or if that's what we end up calling it, they have to do it through the Spades community or Spades token, right? Which will cause, that's a lot of potential utility and a lot of advertising in its own way of the actual Spades token. And all of that builds value for everybody who got in early and participated and, put the investment in. And there's so many other things that are built into OraCloud that are going to be coming out over the years and constantly growing. If you look at companies that, if you're not growing, you're dying, right? And so there's so many different applications that are going to relate in certain ways to what we're doing through the Spades community, and they're going to be integrated. And so there's just going to be a ton of stuff that's going to be coming out that I think is going to add a lot of value to what we're doing.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
there are a variety of communities who we've spoken with that want to work with us in a variety of different ways. And there's already so much here with what we're doing with the community. There's no other cryptocurrency that I'm aware of that says, look, here's a community and everything that gets put into the community is creating the value, the actual value, the people's time. Everything that people do online has a value. Otherwise, Facebook isn't worth what it's worth, or Google, or any of those things. For the most part, the biggest companies aren't even selling you anything. They're giving it away for free. The only difference here is we're not going to give away anybody's information because we don't need to make a profit. We just need to meet our objective, make life easier for people and help this transition in a sustainable way. I always like to say, you can shoot a lion video instead of shooting the lion. The video can be sold. It has value. It can be licensed. There's all sorts of things. You make the right video on YouTube, you can make $20,000 from people viewing it. So as we make this change from our industrial age economy into an information age economy, it gives us not just the potential, but I think we have the necessity to do it in a way that is going to be more sustainable and more humane and more equitable.
Stephen, I'm going to actually steal something that you say, and you say that, I think you say ages are defined by their economic model.
That's right.
And so, what you would say, so I'm going to say it anyway, is that, in the beginning, hunter-gatherer, it was about trading things back and forth, right? And then when you went into agricultural, it was about gold and silver. And then we moved into the industrial age and you had, fiat currencies and things of that nature. And now we're moving into the information age. And even though crypto is a volatile place at the moment, it still represents the new change where you get to pick your currency. Right? You get to decide what it is you want to hold, store your value in.
Yeah.
And you
economic,
could probably add to it, Stephen.
The really key thing here, see, that's one side of the coin. So yeah, you have different types of economy, trade, gold, silver, fiat. What they directly relate to is power over people. So in hunter and gatherer, the power was with the tribal leader. In the agricultural age, it was with the monarchs in the church. In the industrial age, it's been with government. What is the information age economy that's different? Cryptocurrencies are decentralized. That means the power is with the individual, and even more so in a community if they get together with that community, because you're in charge of your own economy now. That's one of the reasons why the other day China said, okay, nobody in China can use cryptocurrency in the financial area, and caused Bitcoin to drop by X amount. Well, people in our community won't give a crud if somebody comes along and says that. We've designed this in a way where it's not in the that portion of the infrastructure. It's at the ground level, peer to peer, people in a community. And even in a private relationship, the way we wrote the terms and agreements, you're joining a private membership. And it's a not-for-profit association of the members. And nobody owns it. We don't own it. We currently manage it, but other people will be brought to the board. When we die, it will continue. Hopefully. That's the real potential of cryptocurrencies, is community-based credit systems. I believe that's the real value of it. It's not that I could put some money in and Elon Musk spends $1.9 billion and makes it go up and I sold it before he took it out and then it went back down. This is just part of the human evolutionary process, and cryptos like ours will be the ones that have longevity and live. Already, Bitcoin and Ethereum, while they might be worth a lot of money one day and the next not, the legacy issues that they have in terms of their speed and their cost and the infrastructure on them means that long-term, they're not viable. Nobody's going to spend $400 extra to make a transaction, to put their transaction on an Ethereum blockchain. It's insanity.
Well, and then not even to mention the amount of cost and energy. I mean, just what's that's doing to the environment. I mean, it's.
Oh, Steven, share that slide too. You haven't shared it with this group, I don't think. On the let's see.
Site credits.
There you go, on the footer. Site credits and currency. Yep.
All right, let me hit the share button.
Yeah, Bobby touched it, so you might as well share it now because that's true. It's such a big thing. And those that are conscious about the environment, they're going to love the fact that we chose a currency that doesn't really, we don't touch this.
Right. So this is the cost in electricity to mine a singular Bitcoin. And it's more now. This is a little bit old by state.